Okay, this video is about using tabs in InDesign, and even when should we use tabs in InDesign. So let's look at a case here. So I have these three lines, and let's suppose, well, let's first of all say I wanted all these lines to start a little bit in, right? Well, your inclination would be go in here and press the tab key, right? We actually don't want to do it that way. We much better would be able to be right in our type tool, in our paragraph thing, use the space before option right up here, right? So I've gone ahead and started this at wherever I do it. But I'm going to reset that. Um, and let's say I wanted to like take part of each of these phrases and align it to a tab, right? Kind of almost like laid out like a table. Now, InDesign actually does tables, but they kind of they're finicky and they have their own uses. Much easier is to use tabs for something like that. So again, if I just hit tab, well then I'm kind of stuck at the default, right? And I could do it and it would be fine in some ways, right? So let's say I wanted to do that, right? I hit two tabs there. Right? And I had to hit two tabs on that last one to actually get that over there. Okay, but that's the default, right? So let me back out of that, right? Let's be intentional about our tabs. So if you go to Type and you go to Tabs or Command Shift T, right? You'll bring up this Tabs palette, and in this Tabs palette, oops, that shouldn't be there. I accidentally was playing with it. We can set where we want to put our tabs. So I'm going to say I want my tab to come about here, right? And so you notice this orange tab I put in. So I'm going to put my, oops, I'm going to put my cursor right here and give it a tab and see how far it went on that tab, right? And then again, this last one, I want it to start at this Mosos, oops, where I cannot use, my fingers are not working today. Right, and so, right, and it only took one tab this time to get it all the way over there, right, because the first tab is mapped to that. I can decide I don't like that, right, and I can change it. Now, you'll see that I was working on one single thing. So we don't want to do that. I want to make sure I'm either escaped out of it and I start playing these tabs. Oops, you see something else I did here. I accidentally got this tabs thing not aligned anymore. If I hit this magnet, there we go. It gives me back to aligned. But right, I can work with these tabs on the fly. Obviously, if I have a line highlighted, I'll be changing only that individual tab, right? So let me bring this all the way to here and show you that tabs don't just have to left align like that. I can change that tab to say something like a right justified tab. And so you notice now these things are right justified to that tab point, right? There's something like that. A big thing people do in menus is the dots. I can't say I love them, but if we type a dot in this leader here, you'll see that then that space has what's called a leader in it, and that brings that there, right? So these are all things we can do with tabs. That's simple things we can do with tabs. Again, the whole point here is not to do the defaults. Like you decide how much space you're putting in and things like that.